Good morning, my lovelies. How are you this morning? Okay, so I'm going to discuss a couple things here. First off, we know that Chernobyl, uh, they have a couple more hours before the fuel runs out of their generators, and then the rods start heating up. And it looks like the international community is not going to do anything because they're saying, well, there's no immediate danger. Well, lovelies, you know as well as I do, that radiation is going to seep into the ground, and then it's going to seep on up, and then it's going to destroy all that area around it as far as being able to grow anything. And the animals which have actually started to come back, and some of them have been slightly mutated, this is really going to affect them really bad. And that's very sad because that is a very beautiful area over there. So we got that going on. Now, let me tell you something. If you do not see what is going on in our world today, they are promoting digital currency. All of these countries want digital currency, and the reason for that is so that they will have control of your money. Let's be very clear about this. This is nothing that these governments do are for your benefit. It is always for their benefit. It is not for the people's benefit. So let's be very true about that and be very, very honest about that, okay? So, in case y'all wondering, I'm in traffic. So, I do not think that we're going to stop this digital currency. I think it's going to come to pass. But I think that we need to be very, very, very careful with all of this digital currency. Because some people are going to get rich overnight. Now, I don't know about the rest of y'all, but a lot of times you've seen these type of people that they get, and I'm guilty of it myself, they get a good amount of money in their pocket, and the next thing you know, and this is not to be offensive, this is just the term that is called, okay, and I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone, all right, I want to make that very clear, all right, but they get what we call, and the term is nigger rich. Now, what this means is they got money in the pocket and it's burning a hole. And the reason they call it nigger rich is because these white people, okay, they get a bunch of money in their pocket. And it's like back in the Civil War times where these white people had a bunch of slaves, and they would say, oh, well, they are nigger rich, okay? It's a very derogatory term, but it is still used today to describe the situation of somebody getting a windfall, and then that money burns a hole in their pocket. So, like I said before, I'm not trying to be offensive. I'm just trying to tell you what the street term is used, okay? Now, and where it comes from. Now, we need to be very, very careful about this, folks, okay? I don't know if you know, but when people suddenly get a bunch of money, it changes them. So you're going to see people get a bunch of money, and then they're going to become, how shall I say it, butt heads. That's the best term I can use, is they're going to become butt heads. Okay? And they're going to fall away from Christ. It's spoken about in the Bible. We know that. So I'm just trying to warn you and prepare you for that, okay? Now, while all that's going on, let's get back over on the prepper terms and let's start talking about prepping, okay? We got a bunch going on, okay? So we got the situation with Ukraine. Now, you know we're not going to get any wheat from Ukraine. All that wheat that was on the ships that Ukraine grew this year, China has bought it all. Okay, so all that wheat's on its way to China when Russia lets those ships go. All right, China says they're not exporting because they've had devastating climate situations in their own country, and they need to take care of their own people. Kudos to President Xi for thinking of his people. Okay, Russia is banned from doing anything with anybody. So the only person that they can really sell to is Iran, North Korea, and China. That's pretty much it. Okay? So we're not going to get anything there. All right? In 45 days, we're going to stop getting the oil from there, which means that we're going to have a massive increase in price. For y'all mamas out there, you do know what this means. This means that food prices, gasoline prices, heating oil prices, electricity prices, anything that deals with any kind of oil in any type of situation is going to go up in price. So, like I told my friends yesterday, I have been saying you need to get 3 to 7 days worth of food. I am now saying you need up to 1 year. Okay, there's been devastation in Brazil, which has took out most of the coffee plantations in areas. It's going to take 1 to 3 years for them to replant and regrow those coffee plants, because that's when they get productive, is at about 3 years of age. So it's going to take 1 to 3 years for us to start getting back normal production out of Brazil for coffee. So I hate to tell you folks, if you love coffee, you better go and buy it now, because it might not be available a month from now. Overseas, especially in like the Philippines and La Palma and some of those South America, we've had some devastating occurrences as far as volcanoes and major storms come through and really do a number on the mangrove groves and the banana plantations. So if you like mangoes like I do, I happen to love them, and you like bananas like I do, I happen to love them, if you can grow them, that would probably be your best bet. Start them now. Maybe in a couple of years you'll start getting some fruit off of them, or buy them now, because they are definitely, we're not going to not have them. They're just going to go so far up in price that you're not going to be able to afford them. Okay, so that same thing is going to happen with the wheat prices. Yes, we grow a lot of wheat here. Yes, we grow a lot of corn here. However, a lot of that wheat and that corn is animal feed, and a lot of it is already sold before the growing season even starts. So we're gonna. I really want to encourage any of you homesteaders out there who have animals which require animal feed. I really want to encourage you to go and get some kind of vacuum sealed type of container and buy up animal feed for a year, because if you don't, you might not be able to get it next month. It is looking really bad. Okay, just to give you an idea, and I know y'all don't like to shop on Amazon. I don't care if Jeff Bezos gets rich. The only thing I'm worried about is putting food on my damn table. Okay, and excuse my language, but that's just how I am. I am a truck driver. Yeah, so Amazon had sale on certain product. I bought one. About an hour later, I says, you know what? I do use that quite frequently. Maybe I should just go ahead and buy two. And I went back to get a second one, and it was currently unavailable. So this has happened very quickly. You need to be paying attention. have all your sensors out as far as sales going on. Have all your sensors out as far as product is going on. I don't know what to tell you, folks. You know, it used to be I would only say, hey, get 3 to 7 days so to carry you through an emergency, but we are currently in a worldwide emergency right now. So, and it doesn't look like it's going to get better anytime soon. So I'm saying you need at least a year's worth of supply. And please, if you can, grow something. Okay, moringa, tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes. Okay, grow something, babies. All right, so I'm getting ready to get on the interstate here, so I'm going to have to let y'all go. I just wanted to let y'all know that. Yeah, it is looking bad, but Christ has us, babes. Christ has us. Hold on to Christ. He'll take care of you, even in these perilous times. With much love, peace.